Hi, Samuel here from Ndemic Creations, and joining me is Olie K.
Hello.
And we are excitedly showing you the most explosive thing to happen to Rebel Inc. yet: dollars and disasters.
It is. It's going to be very explosive. Yes.
Uh, yep, we've been working on this for a while, and there's lots of cool stuff to come with it. So we're going to jump right in with the main event, which is the new map, Devil's Peak.
And it's got a big old volcano
Yep.
right in the middle of it, which is an exciting new thing for Eplink.
Yeah, it's probably the most different map we've done so far, but it completely kind of changes up everything that's going on.
Absolutely. Yeah, we wanted to make a map that just had something quite kind of radically different to what we've done before. Reblink is obviously sort of lots of sort of deserts and things like that, whereas this is definitely, well, it's a desert, but it's definitely different from our normal kind of flavor of desert that we tend to rock.
Yeah, but more specifically, that the gameplay changes up. That now you've got this whole environmental impact happening on a constant basis, requiring your attention and changing up how you find the insurgents and how you're stabilizing zones and your
Absolutely.
travel.
Indeed, yes.
So,
Well, let's get started. So Sam's playing today. So any errors he makes or any if he loses, that's all on him.
Yeah,
That's not on me. So who are we going to go with first?
Well, so I just want to point out also our new billionaire governor that we'll come back to later, but he's cheekily hanging out down at the bottom there. I think we'll go with let's go with the banker.
Well, you don't want to go tank commander, Sam.
He's great for many things, but evacuations is probably not his strongest suit.
Sure, and tank commander is always my favourite. So we've got some new faces joining us here.
Yeah,
tell me about these new faces.
A whole bunch of new advisors coming with dollars and disasters. So in the kind of the local section, we've got a whole bunch of people that can help out your troops, and you can attach them to your units, and they'll improve in like whatever kind of zone type their speciality is. They'll help fight in that area. Then the kind of government section, we have a bunch of ministers and a mysterious intelligence officer. No one seems to really know where she's come from, but she know.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah. Everything was rejected, but she's helpful. I think we'll actually keep her on board.
And this one, obviously, everyone's favourite, the friendly robot. Look at that face.
How many billions of dollars was invested in this robot, only to find out it was only helpful in diverting drones.
Yeah. I also quite like the credit card manager. The credit card manager is sort of like, go on, take the card. Go on. Like, what could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
But yeah, totally take the robot. We've got to take the robot.
Yeah. Along then we have these guys who help out with kind of more direct things. So you can start with a few more stabilized zones. Concerns can be taken down a notch, or road initiatives can just cost less, which, it depends on your tactics and how you kind of approach the game, but they can all help in different ways.
Yeah.
I think we'll take the stabilized zones. Maybe get a bit more from a starting boost.
Yeah. There's two here that I really like. The War Hero gives me kind of I don't know why I get kind of real kind of Metal Gear Solid vibes on this game, where it's sort of like like something like that, and the military recruiter just kind of has that kind of energy, which finger guns, love it.
It's very much like he's bringing in people, but they've after his charisma's kind of passed, but they're leaving.
Yeah.
And then we also often requested thing is that to manually control the airstrikes. So you can also do that with a squadron leader. She's very helpful in just literally taking over the planes directly.
Yeah.
Let's go with the War Hero. He's inspiring. And then we've got a few in the more kind of military ones with the drone programmer, who can help make your drones look into a lot more areas. The quartermaster just starts you off with the extra base straight away. And then if you're more specifically about trying to find your locations, then the defense minister's ideal for that.
I like this guy's moustache. It's a good look. He's got a nice smirk on him there.
Yeah, we'll go with them. So you can see they also take down your money because they're pretty powerful.
So that's the new thing with these special advisors, right? That you have to, for most of them, but not all of them, you have to you effectively don't have to pay to use them.
Yeah.
You have to sort of, like pay, and you get money subtracted at the start of the game to be able to kind of field them, because they do all this mad stuff that is kind of needs to be a little bit more balanced.
They have an appearance fee basically.
Yeah, that's on their rider. That's just what they show up for. Yeah, no blue M&Ms.
So, should we stick with this name, or do you want to? You think we can?
No. Shuffle it up.
All right, fierce chaos.
Fierce chaos. Yeah, sure. Okay, we're approved. Mission, go ahead.
All right. So yep, Devil's Peak. Same kind of goals, stabilize the region, fight the insurgency. But we'll soon see some big changes come into the world. See, we started off our attachment as well straight away from one of our advisors. So, yeah, less money as well means that even though we've got these big benefits, we'll have a less of a kind of starting, what's the kind of word, build, as people kind of say.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, lots of people have, lots of players of Rebel. They kind of have loadouts that they sort of take at the start of the game, typically, and this should kind of really mix that up. I think it should be fun. So give people a lot more kind of new options. Sorry, once more, Sam. Enhance on the Volcano, because zoom into the Volcano, please.
Yeah.
Because that's just really cool.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with how that came out. It's just fun to have a really different thing in Rebel. So I'm kind of stoked about the Volcano.
It's an ominous presence.
Yes.
Yeah.
I sure hope that Volcano doesn't erupt or anything.
So yeah, in Devil's Peak as well, because of the emergency of the situation, you can deploy troops to evacuate people almost immediately, which we will do. I also better make sure I get some other stuff going. So yeah, already 2 zones on the way, which is good. Will help us in the long run, I think. Let's see where that first eruption is going to take place. So they'll appear in different areas. There we go. The warnings are appearing.
It's an eruption warning in Alpha Mike. What are we going to do?
Well, we'll drop down a soldier nearby so that they can evacuate. Yeah, so a zone will be picked, and it will be effectively destroyed for a certain amount of time while the lava flows through it. Blocking travel through it and blocking any kind of rollouts in there. So yeah, here it goes. Eruption.
Again, I love this art as well. The goat is just the goat is the goat. That's just the best. I love him.
So we've got to get the goat out either via controlled evacuation, which we can use our troops for, and it's free. But we obviously have to have a soldier there. Emergency evacuation, pay some money, but we wouldn't use a soldier there. And the money will vary from where it's located in the map, or we just let everyone kind of sort themselves out. But
what do you think? I think we just ignore it. I mean,
it's not.
No, what am I saying? No, let's name the goat, and then once we've named the goat, we'll be too attached to it to never not save it. So let's call the goat Vangelis.
Vangelis.
Yeah. Vangelis the goat. Yeah.
Evacuate Vangelis the goat.
Priority Alpha on that one.
All right, successfully evacuated, but it's we can't stop the force of nature though.
Whoa! See, that's fun and exciting. So now we get these in zones which have had a kind of eruption in them. We get these lava fissures that sort of come up and sort of crack through the ground and stops all travel through the zone, right? So if there happens to be insurgents in that zone, they get toasted, right?
Yep. Well, they're not so clued into the environmental reports as us.
Yeah, they didn't get that memo.
No, they don't get the memo, and sometimes they'll find themselves with some very hot feet. Well, we should catch back up with our important business. We're so distracted by the volcano.
Yeah, so distracted by Vangelis that we forgot to play the game.
It's going alright though, I think. But yeah, the insurgency is going to turn up shortly, and then these so that those eruptions will keep happening for a long time, and quite a few zones can be affected at one time.
Hmm. But they do eventually kind of fade away over time. Right?
Yeah, the lava eventually kind of dissipates, and it's less of a problem. But we do have a few options if we do want to deal with them ourselves. That we can have fire suits, which allow the troops to travel through them,
Mm-hmm.
and that can also help protect your HQ when it does get hit by lava as well. Or we can have emergency transport, which helps soldiers travel to zones that are about to be erupted.
Cool.
Which may be quite important. Once you're stuck in the combat of fighting insurgents, that you might not have time or the soldiers to kind of devote to what's the word? Evacuations.
Yes. Okay, well, we've got a garrison.
Yeah, and so with our new advisor, we can choose its exact location.
Accept to build the garrison there, please, yes.
Oh, yeah. And there's another eruption coming right in. It's good. Better move the soldiers always. They lose them.
Our soldiers, yeah, we don't want that.
It's,
The insurgents moving into your stabilized zone. Oh, you just lost the zone.
I did. I'm going to use this new... So yeah, manual drones as well from the friendly robot.
Thank you, friendly robot.
So yeah, another successful evacuation. Yep.
Boom.
Two sides of the map are under threat now from the volcano.
Well, you got the camp at least.
Right. Let's get some more healthcare in.
Oh, they're fleeing to the mountains.
So yeah, we have to be cautious not to rely too much heavily on the coalition soldiers, because they'll have to withdraw at some point as well.
Yes. Have you got any national soldiers on the go? You do. That's they take a while.
Get another one on the ready. So yeah, it's already kind of threatening our kind of ability to kind of stabilize zones and move through areas, especially like the insurgents taking over this right area more so. So
Yeah.
traveling more soldiers through that's going to prove difficult.
Absolutely.
Let's make sure. Alright, the corruption's starting to get high too. So if you're not familiar with RebelLink, the more you kind of invest in things, the more people get the opportunity to kind of do dirty dealings and all sorts of suspicious activity on your watch. You have to keep on top of it.
Yeah, you can't just spend. You've got to really kind of think about, well, you got to think about how the money's being spent and not drop it all in at once, because you get corruption and inflation. Both, well, they both hit me every time I play, for sure.
Yeah, we've been fortunate that the eruptions happening near our HQ, but unfortunately they did destroy the one garrison we put down so far.
Well,
Lava's
that's gonna happen. It's almost maybe like we shouldn't have built like a base right next to a volcano or something.
So yeah, and with any kind of new content RebelLink, there's new stories going on. So some scientists are interested in the volcano, but it's quite dangerous. So
yeah,
should we send them with a guide? But that'll take one of our troops out. They can sort themselves out, but there's a 50% chance pretty much that they'll die, or we can just ban them.
I reckon. Well, can we afford to lose a soldier?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, there's another bit of art that I really love. This bit of art, it just looks so cool.
Yeah, it's ominous, like the shiny fire suits and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're off to go and escort the people.
Yeah, we got another garrison back now. Yeah, garrison in that town. And national troops are nearly there. So again, for people who might be new to Rebelink, so we have kind of coalition troops in blue. These are kind of foreign troops who have come to fight in the I was going to say fight in the war, fight in the not war, fight in the in something that's definitely not a war. And then there's the national troops, so the local boys. But typically the local boys are not as good as the coalition troops. They're a lot weaker, and they also take a long time to train. The benefits of them is that they don't ever want to go home because they're already home.
This is their home.
Yeah, this is their home. So maybe why they want to fight. Whereas the coalition troops, eventually they're going to demand to go home, which can really start to hurt you later in the game.
Additionally, the coalition troops, it's not territory they're familiar with. While they're better at general combat, they are going to antagonize the local population quite a lot.
Indeed, yes.
Fighting on two fronts here. Yeah, and also in the mountains, they're completely unfamiliar.
I think it looks like you might lose that garrison again, Sam.
It's just the gods have cursed me for my hubris.
Oh no.
Get some toilets going in.
Get the toilets handy up.
Well, on the upside, the insurgents have decided to try and occupy it, so away they go.
Bye bye.
That's why you should always watch the Weather Channel.
I don't think the Weather Channel predicts volcanoes, does it? I don't know how that works.
I like to think that was partially the responsibility. I suppose if the natural volcano is erupting, it's probably going to be news as opposed to just weather.
Yeah, I guess so. I haven't really thought about it before.
But yeah, volcanic ash is great for soil fertility.
Yes. There's a little... We saw Vangelis in that little picture there as well, so that made me happy.
He's back.
He's back.
Yep, everyone wants to go. They've had enough.
Yeah, they've had enough. But we say no. No, you can stick around for another 2 years.
Let's back them up, actually, because they weren't doing that great there.
Yeah, he took quite a big reputation hit for doing this thing, so... Again, for players unfamiliar with Rebel, that bar on the right side of the screen is your reputation, the green bar. And if that gets to 0, then your reputation is rock bottom, and that is game over for you. Oh, here's another one of our cool events from the new region.
Yeah. So insurgents getting sulfur, they're making explosives with it. But we're going to put a stop to that. Either by just flooding it. just open the sluice gates, boys. Flood them. But it still gives the insurgents a chance to get out. It's just we're not going to. They're not going to be able to use that mine anymore. Or alternately, we fire a cruise missile at it.
If in doubt, use the cruise missile.
And
I don't know which way do you want to go.
So it will just completely destroy things, and we'll lose a little bit of reputation, and also the volcano should become unstable, which we never want to see, of course. But here we go. And yeah, because it was right in their zone, it's unfortunately happened to them, directly happened to them.
Oh, there it goes. Oh no. There is good news. There's we've got some green zones in the middle.
Yeah,
got some stable zones.
It's going pretty alright.
So again, for players who are new to Rebel, I don't know if we said this before. The goal in Rebel game is to try and stabilize the region that you're on. So the green zones denote places which are stabilized. So this is a place where the population who lives there are kind of happy and content with your kind of leadership. The red zones are zones which are very much not stabilized, where the insurgency has taken over and has a stranglehold on that region. And introduced for this map specifically, or this region specifically in this DLC, is the yellow zones, which are new, which are these zones which are kind of blocked by an active lava flow.
Yeah.
So that's a new thing for this one.
Yeah, and they said they become green the more kind of things roll out, and the more you take care of the insurgency, the more people feel safe and kind of looked after and feel like their needs are met.
Yeah, we want to get the board green. That's what we're all aiming for here.
So we've heard from the insurgency that they might want to talk about peace deals. I think we're on the up and up, so I think we don't have to deal with them just yet.
So instead, you just shake your fist at them and say no.
Yeah.
Antagonize them further, because that will mean that they're going to get a bit more fighty.
Well, we recently fired a cruise missile at them.
Oh yeah, we did do that. That was a thing that happened.
I think, if anything, they should be more upset with us.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we haven't got any troops in position near that eruption. Maybe we won't have time to. We'll have to spend some money.
To evacuate Vangelis and his farmer friend, you need to have soldiers right next door so they can rush in and save them. But in this case, no.
But we can spend a bit of money, which we do have quite a bit, so we can evacuate as well. But
as long as Vangelis is going to be okay, Sam, that's fine.
All right. More kind of situations. I mean, obviously this one from the original game, but nevertheless, all sorts of dynamic events are kind of happening throughout the game. Let's see. So 75% chance that our intel is correct that it's not. Oh no, sorry, the opposite way around. Is 75% chance that this tribe is working with the insurgents. So we don't want to dismiss this. We want to launch a raid and try and find those weapons. Yep, and this local group were helping the insurgents, so we've decreased the insurgent capability by quite a bit.
Very good.
Yeah, a lot going on now. We've got a foreign power is kind of supporting the insurgents through kind of secret funding. We could publicly accuse them, but no one's going to believe us. We can use spy.
100% chance backfire. It was them! It was them!
We can counter-strike with using kind of spies and shadow kind of things, but which will help cut the support for the insurgents, but they'll be annoyed at us. So we're going to just, I think, slowly working our way up to like convincing them to stop with diplomatic back channels is probably best. Probably didn't work in this case, but over time it'll become more effective.
You've got some insurgents creeping up above the volcano there. There you are.
This is a great place actually, because they only have two ways to get out, which is the left and the right.
Or the volcano, I guess. They could go that way.
No one ever chooses to go that way.
So that's that place where the first eruption happened is now cleared.
Yeah.
Lava takes quite a while to clear up.
And
So that's
lots of stuff's just rolled out. Oh no, we had it stabilized from the off, so it's returned. Oh, it was not spending our money.
It's just not actively like on fire anymore.
Let's roll out some vaccinations. They can spread around nicely because we've got quite a solid hold in the middle, so we probably want to be moving outwards a lot more. Insurgents asking about these peace deals. I think we'll probably, definitely want peace eventually, but on our terms.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, you can see how we can't just walk straight through these areas. We have to make our way around.
It's definitely the long way around.
And it is a long way around, so let's start building some more roads as well, and then we can have some less problems in the future. Yes, let's build a hospital.
I mean, always build hospitals, yeah. Looks like those insurgents are on the move.
And so is the volcano. So for clarity, I'm going to show you what happens when you do leave it alone. People are not happy about that.
It makes people sad, and
insurgents are taking advantage of that opportunity to stage an uprising in a local city.
Yeah.
But luckily we have some spare troops, so let's send some people to have a go.
What about those new initiatives with the fire suits and stuff like that? Have you got any of those ones yet?
Yeah, we should probably once it got a bit more slightly less inflation and pick them up, because then we can because I was saying we were being a bit slow with our travel because we were being blocked off by all these eruption zones.
Yeah, that would help with that, wouldn't it?
Alright, I'm gonna pick them up now. So let's get the fire suits.
So now our soldiers can walk through eruption zones, right?
Yeah, so they'll have no problem just walking straight through them, and they'll have the travel time.
Picture them just marching through the lava. No problems here. There's no problem.
And they get a nice new suit too.
Oh yeah, I mean, who doesn't like a nice shiny suit?
I think we'll continue with the threatening, because what are they going to do?
Okay, so it looks like we've got them pretty pinned in now.
In fact, I'm going to send that coalition soldier home. They've done their job.
Well done, boys.
Yep, prison reforms. So this is just a nice way to kind of get a bit more reputation and make everything a little bit better for people.
Okay, I think we're on the path to victory here.
We just need a good solid boost of support level, I think. It's all ticking up. I can see it. As the zones get clearer, that means they're getting closer to stabilization.
Yeah, here's another one.
Yeah, several on the tipping point. Yeah, so airstrikes hitting civilians is a very grim situation, but generally we find, we have to balance our compassion with the situation is we just need to keep fighting, unfortunately. And
yeah, we will just cover up that one. Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, I don't know who it was, but it wasn't us.
Grablink is nothing but a game full of morally questionable situations, but you've got to make the best of what you can, right?
Yeah, shades of grey, right?
Everyone likes to think they know exactly what they do in that situation, but it's...
There you go. Just get Vangelis out. That's all that matters.
So we're struggling to win our fights there, but we also, because of the eruption zones, we can't get more soldiers in there, basically.
Oh yeah, it's a tricky situation because the soldiers can't support from that one on the right there, can they? So with the that initiative with the shiny suits, the heat-proof suits, that allows them to move through the zones, but they can't stand in to fight.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. Like it's just to travel through, because standing in is just I think once you can, it's for travel, and you can't really fight in those suits.
Sure.
All right, let's start the peace talks. They're extremely on the back foot now. So as we negotiate things, their progress will increase.
Don't give them an inch, Sam.
I always like to give them a slight bit. We're meant to, as I say, we're morally grey, but we're not.
An olive branch. An olive branch.
So yeah, see the subtle pressure opportunities have increased significantly since we last invested in it. This coalition soldier wants to go home. I think that's fine. So yeah, transitional justice is that, do we say, hey, we're just going to imprison you all once we sign this deal, or we're going to let you off? I think this is an imprisonal situation. Please don't make a decision.
Please do not do this again.
Which does give you a reputation because it looks like, to the international community, then you look very strong and powerful, but between the insurgents, that seems quite unfair.
Yeah, they're not happy about that.
Friendly robot will help scout that out for everyone.
Such a friendly boy.
Reparations for victims. So in this case, do the government apologise? Do you ask everyone to apologise in the entire situation, or you're saying you did nothing wrong, just the insurgents apologise?
Well, I'll leave it to you, Sam.
I think we can't. I mean, we did cover up a lot of airstrikes, so I think a small apology couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
As we, in this case, since we're just committed to apologising, let's.
We literally just said they're all us apart from that one. Okay, so that volcano's gone, or that lava's gone from down there.
Related that, as airstrikes have caused more civilian deaths, maybe we should tighten the rules on airstrikes, which will decrease the amount of airstrikes occurring, but less civilian casualties, which is ultimately something better. But maybe if you're losing your fights with insurgents too much, maybe it's a line in the sand you won't cross. I always like to give the insurgents, the opportunity to engage in the political process here.
I would always just crack down on them with an iron fist and give it a quarter.
I do find the insurgents to govern quite an extreme option, though. Just what could go wrong here? Yeah. So they can have a party where everyone can ignore them in Parliament, perhaps.
Yeah.
Another evacuation in the mountains. So yeah, travel speed.
Can you not sweep in there and just mop up all those insurgents before we have peace with them?
Let's see. Let's invest in some more troops and see what we can do. Because the trouble with insurgent movements is that they'll just crop up somewhere else. Like they're not like a nation, right? They don't have one central HQ. They're just in cells everywhere, and they're just going to re-infiltrate a different zone.
Yeah, so it's often about kind of controlling the situation rather than trying to wipe them out, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's a phrase, something like, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, or something like that. Except if you're friends with an insurgent, I don't know where I'm going with this analogy.
I know what you're getting at, but maybe it's best sometimes just let them be, because otherwise you're going to be chasing them all over the place, and when it comes to insurgent movements, there's no easy answer.
Yeah.
Of just straight military force.
I mean, that's a kind of thing that's kind of the general kind of thing about Rebel Inc, really, isn't it? The whole game is about the idea of there's no easy answer. There's no kind of easy way forwards. Everything is shades of grey. There's always a kind of another side to the kind of the argument or to the situation that isn't immediately apparent. I think it's a kind of theme that runs through it quite a lot.
Well, we were drawing quite a lot of international forces already, so I think this seems like a reasonable thing. We'll lose a bit of reputation, but nonetheless, I think it helps speed up the peace process by making some, compromises.
Yes.
Which ultimately, I think, is something the people in the region are interested in as well. But having said that, we are going to keep this person in a bit longer so that we can squash down on these remaining insurgents.
So what's that question mark in the mountains there?
Oh, so this is that'll be a secret rebel base that we haven't found yet. Let's drop a drone on it. So yeah, they slowly kind of appear as you get more intelligence on areas, and then you can finally just reveal the camp wholesale. Yep, more social pressure to this time. So our diplomatic efforts have kind of cut the funding for the insurgents. So I think we're probably going to take the guns off them. That seems
like the most intelligent idea, doesn't it? I would say no guns.
No guns for anyone. If we picked both insurgent to govern and insurgent to people with weapons, feels like we're kind of...
Oh no! Why have we done this?
Yeah. But nonetheless, we'll let you do it.
Yeah.
Because it is your game to choose. Let's make sure that national soldiers doesn't get barbecued. Quite a bit of a thorn in our military efforts there, actually.
Yeah.
See, so struggling to kind of finish them off in the mountains.
Oh, we're nearly there in the piece, though. It's the closing days.
Oh, sneaking out. Alright, it's time. We can agree the peace deal now. And I think we've got quite a lot out of what we wanted. But let's see how it goes. So there were a lot of insurgents left, which you should always try to clean them up as much as possible. They still control a few zones. We go into lost one rotation from our kind of choices. I think that's
I told you should have been harder on them. So.
But everyone agrees. Peace has been achieved. Even the volcano.
The volcano is now okay. That's the voice of the volcano. Okay then.
Yep. And that's Devil's Peak. A brand new map in part of Dollars and Disasters.
Yes. And is that the end?
It's coming. There we go.
Da-da-da.
Success. 2 stars.
Well done. Difficulty normal, 2 stars. Yeah.
It's stabilizing war-torn countries is no easy task.
Yeah, especially when you're talking as much nonsense as we are while we're doing it. So let's do another one. So let's introduce people to the new governor.
So we'll do it on our other DLC map from Seven Secrets, Golden Sands. Where the Billionaire are obviously very at home in a big oil field. Here he is. It's fresh from his interview in Surge magazine.
Yeah, expose. Cheers, Billionaire. What a nice watch he's got on there. I do like his little grin, his little nod. So should we mix it up? Let's choose some different advisors for this one, maybe.
Yeah. So I think the remote specialist would be a good idea in this one. But we should definitely be careful on money, because in Golden Sands you're entirely reliant on your oil income. So you'll start with a lot less. So let's take the militia chief. So we won't start with as much insurgency, and they're quite aggressive in Golden Sands, so we have to be on the watch. I mean, the Billionaire's gonna have a credit manager, right?
I mean, I think the Billionaire probably has pretty good credit. I don't think he's worried about it. Yeah.
So we can take a bit of that. Concerns like quickly kind of stabilizing zones is obviously key. So we'll definitely find a way to kind of get through to the people a lot quicker, and this guy will help us appease their worries and their concerns. So the Billionaire has a whole new special unit, which means that no coalition withdrawing, so we don't even need to worry about the war hero. So we can just take the manually control airstrikes. And let's get those super drones in as well.
Super drones. Team super drones, let's roll.
All right. Slow Spruce. Northern Earth. Ceaseless Wolf.
Ceaseless Wolf. Ceaseless Goat. That's what we should be called. Ceaseless Vanguards. He will never stop. Welcome to Golden Sands. So in Golden Sands, there are there's four zones in the map which have kind of oil derricks in them, right?
Yeah.
And tell the good people about the oil derricks.
Yeah, so you need to secure them to get more income. If the insurgents take hold of them, then they use the money to fund their own activities as well. So it's really key. But
it's a real race to kind of capture those locations, and it's really important to kind of hold on to them. I said there was 4. There's 2. I think there's four possible places they can spawn, right?
No, there's 4. So one on the top right, one on the right, one on the bottom, and one on the left.
Okay, ignore me. I'm going completely crazy.
So Billionaire deploys coalition facilitators, but they spend money to bribe insurgents to stop fighting rather than directly fighting them. We'll see one of those cheeky chappies a bit later. So I'm going to go for vaccines because they can deploy to zones with no intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little trickier to get intelligence in this, but it's still very key. So we want to make sure that we're springing out into zones before we can even get to them. Yep. Vital to get that oil. Yeah, so until we can get the oil revenue coming in, we have quite a low budget.
Yeah, you need to be a bit more careful with your money on this.
Considering we'll be bribing a lot of people soon, it's even more essential.
Yeah. So yeah, playing with the billionaire, you really need to kind of think about how you kind of play again. It kind of mixes up how the game kind of works and so fun with stuff. So if you're used to kind of how you're using soldiers, it changes that, because every time you bribe people, that's not probably so good for your corruption, right?
No, it's inherently quite a corrupt activity.
Is it?
So yeah, you'll have to be wary of that. But we also have some extra stuff with the billionaire. So he has his own charitable organization that's come from his philanthropy. So he can bring it in and watch over it more directly. Delegate the stabilizing the region to his people, so to speak. We'll pick that up. We can also put some of the operations money into the corporation, and that investment will grow because he's got a very successful company back home.
Yes.
So we'll wait and see how that rolls out.
So we'll put $1 in that piggy bank.
Yeah, but as our credit manager informs us.
Oh no! I think I've had one of these letters before as well.
But it's only a small amount, so no one's too upset with this yet. But if you spend a lot of money, this can really harm your reputation, as you could be millions of dollars in debt.
Yeah, that's something I think one tries to avoid.
So yeah, the charity's already funded something for free, and unlike the charity from the main game, there's next no corruption, next no inflation, as the billionaire's got stronger hold on his organization. So yeah, we're back to zero.
Got $2. Okay, you can do a lot with that.
We'll put ourselves back into debt because we're keen to get the soldiers out and about.
Absolutely.
So yeah, coalition facilitators. Oh yeah, billionaires charity going off again. Brand new dollary coalition looking soldiers.
Yeah, so these aren't. These are. They go to the front lines with the insurgents and they just throw money at them and say, "Please,
could you stop?
Please, could you stop now, please?" Okay.
Just
But it means that while they're in combat, you're gonna
spend money.
You're gonna be losing money. You're gonna burn money through it. So,
provided you have the money to win. Yep. So there we go. Here he is.
It's like, I love that art. With like, there's the soldier hunkered down in a foxhole. There's a guy with just like several suitcases full of money. Just like, hey, please take some money.
Yeah, we've got a good deal.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes the bribes can cost a lot if you're in a bad situation. But we've got a guide with them, got a reasonable amount of kind of combat strength going on. So they accept a lower price.
Looks like we're not doing that well there.
So that's the fun thing with the billionaire, is that your combat might look like it's going a lot worse, but you're actually just slowly bribing people out, and they'll be just gone at some point. Oh yeah, let's go and we'll just send our other one over there, so we don't have to worry about them running away, because they're all just waiting for their payout now.
Yeah.
Yep. All clear. Billionaire has taken care of.
So we've secured that oil derrick, so that should be getting us some more funds, right?
Yeah. There's an insurgent camp in the oil zone. the old-fashioned techniques also still work.
Well, maybe it's not a good idea to like do airstrikes like on a load of oil. But, hey,
It seems fine to me.
you'd be surprised. It's fine.
Yeah, so the international presence, even with the occasional bribing, has not appeased people particularly well. So we'll bring some interpreters and guides with them to help kind of smooth things over. We've got a stabilized zone already, and other ones are on the way. So I think we're off to a good start.
Absolutely.
We can get this one as well, which gives oil jobs to the local population, which means the oil zones themselves stabilize even faster. But let's check on our investment. Our investment has already grown quite a bit to $33. So let's take that out, reinvest the $10, and pick up the local employment drive.
Very good.
All right. And it becomes pretty essential to make sure you've got that investment always churning away, because you're going to need to invest that money in some insurgents.
Yeah. Needs to keep buying piggy banks though, smashing all those piggy banks to get their money in.
So we're spending a bit more money now because we haven't got a stronger soldier in the area.
Yeah, I'll make sure they don't take my old Eric.
That's some PR and media as well. So yeah, it really feels like a whole different kind of rebelling experience, because you're not doing the cat and mouse game in quite the same way. That you're spending your money to make sure that they kind of are eradicated from a zone, and then chasing them down in a whole kind of different way.
One more stabilized. That's good to see.
Yeah, some water and some toilets. Yeah, corruption you can see has gone up there quite a bit.
It'll be fine, Sam. It'll be fine. What could go wrong?
So yeah, locals demanding oil proceeds. So profit share is not been going to the population quite so much recently. We can increase the share, and that'll everyone will like that a lot, because then quite a lot of money. But then we will spend $6. We can realize that we're actually prefer to have even more money out of the situation and divert profits directly to the operation, or we can just keep the same profit share going on.
Well, I mean, do we feel that we're hard for cash at the moment?
I think I'm good. I mean, the billionaire would probably say reduce share, but I think
feel like we should roleplay as the billionaire. We should be the billionaire. Yeah.
He doesn't see profits to him.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's get another facilitator in. So we have a few upgrades for him as well, where you can reduce as a penalty if you're trying to bribe people in zones in your intel, because this is a whole different area for them, so they don't even know what's going on, and they're like, oh yes, the price of bribe here is $5 million. If you're unfamiliar with the area, or or multiple facilitators can kind of surround people and be like, you should probably take the bribe.
Yeah, a bit of peer pressure.
Let's pick that up as we're getting a few more people in.
Just groups of people shouting, take the money, take the money.
It's like a game show.
Please take the money. Okay, so we've bribed all the insurgents out of that. Oh, I thought those insurgents on the right were heading for it. Yeah, they are.
They're thinking about it.
They're like on the border going, oh, do we want the money?
Oh no, they've changed their mind. They're going.
You've got them pinned in pretty good though. Pinned in?
Yeah, I think they're struggling to kind of get a new foothold, because why would they want to move? They've got employment opportunities on every side.
Absolutely.
All right, so this is a situation where the billionaire can actually just throw some money at the situation to solve it. So if you're familiar with rebelling, this can be quite tricky because the pesticides aren't necessarily guaranteed to solve the draining, solve the infestation, but the billionaire is going to make sure something's going to happen, and they're going to make sure they get some profit from the situation.
Billionaires making it rain.
So we got a sweet $2 extra out of that because we sold them our own pesticides.
Just one shell company to just sort of I can do that. Yeah.
So yeah, let's do some accounting to make sure these bribes are not quite so corrupt.
Get some more anti-corruption initiatives there.
Yeah, it's a little bit in debt, but not too much. I think it was so it's good to see that these advisors are really helping out. Actually, like it was a good tactical call, basically. Something mysterious is going on. We send a soldier over here to investigate. Once nobody's bribing anybody, I'm going to send this guy over. Or is it going to...
Just standing there, just like giving handfuls of cash out.
Yep.
Over and over again.
Alright, he's going to get there in time. I don't think he is. Oh, alright, we'll just have to... Some emergency repairs. But if we haven't found out what the situation is...
Yeah.
Could have consequences down the line. So, clear them out of here entirely.
It doesn't look like we're doing too badly. We're starting to get some green on the board.
Yeah. This is the sand portion of the Sand and Secrets DLC as well.
Yeah, no secrets here, but just
yeah. So yep, the peace deals are kicking up again. I think we can threaten. We've got them very pinned down, to be honest.
Yeah, it feels pretty secure.
But there's a major difference with the peace deals for the billionaire as well, that he has to pay off the insurgents every time he makes a choice within the peace negotiations.
Okay.
That can get quite expensive because these are local bribes, for only $2 at a time. But when it comes to the peace deals, it's quite a lot of people you've got to bribe, pay off. Alright, the insurgents have made some remarkable moves.
We've lost one.
Oh, let's withdraw our... that's a nice $43 we're waiting for us. That's what we needed.
How much does it cost to reinvest?
$10.
So $10 in, 43 out. So that's not too bad. And that just keeps going up the longer we leave it in there.
Yeah, kind of a fluctuating market, but it's always going to stay up at the very least.
So it's a safe investment.
Maybe even a mysteriously impressive investment. But corruption keeps on growing with all that. For no particular reason.
I couldn't think why. So the insurgents have taken... they've got 2 oil derricks.
Yes, they almost had 2. We managed to swoop in. They do have 1.
Yeah, just in the nick of time.
They are going for another one. Alright, I can start the peace deal. Let's buy a few roads as well. But
yeah, for that travel.
Oh, that's quite a bit of...
Yeah, corruption's pretty high.
Hoping that debt we put ourselves into won't collapse the economy. In this Golden Sands, that the insurgents are vastly more aggressive because they're very keen on grabbing the oil derricks. And you can see in the scenario from Sand and Secrets as well, Oil and Thunder, when they do secure all the oil derricks, they set them on fire.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Okay, so now we've completely got the whole strip down the middle of the map.
Let me see. So yeah, the more we have to antagonize the insurgents, the more we have to pay them off. So let's take the middle ground for the moment. Not spend too much money.
You got an airstrike in your back pocket there, Sam.
I do. You're right. I should do something about it. Doing it in the city is not always the best because they're much more likely to hit someone.
Yeah, but of course you don't want to lose cities if you can avoid it, because that really impacts your reputation. If you're holding a city with a high population and then it falls to the insurgent forces,
Yeah.
and that's a big old hit to the reputation. So you want to avoid that if you can.
Yeah, but we can use that airstrike in the mountains quite safely, I think. Yeah.
Camp's gone.
A few insurgents pop out, kind of pinata like.
Just kind of tumble out the side of the giant pinata on the size of a mountain.
Yep. Feeling confident about our situation. Is this the... oh no! Mysteriously familiar sandworms.
Sandworms, a local delicacy harvested for their spicy flavour, are in danger of losing their natural habitat due to drilling activity. How will Ceaseless Wolf proceed?
Clearly want to save the sandworms.
Of course.
There's nothing...
Definitely. Save them, rescue them. We gotta rescue them for future generations, I think. Do you think?
I think so too. Nothing will ever go wrong with those particular types of worms.
Spicy flavour, love it.
Oh, the big city's under attack as well. So, as the peace deal's kind of gone through...
Oh, you just lost it. You lost it.
It's not taken over just yet, but we're losing some reputation. Give us all the guns. We'll pay you $5.
Yeah, please, let us buy your guns.
Right.
Okay, we're still in the red on the old funds there.
And I will continue to go right down.
Just keep going.
Let's withdraw some of the investment.
How much did we get from that?
About $20, and then I've reinvested it as well.
That's smart thinking there.
Got to spend money to make money. Alright, that might seem bad, but I don't have a good answer.
Okay, we're nearly there. We've nearly broken the peace deal.
We've put enough money on the table. He's counting out the bills there.
Yeah.
It's actually, having said that, the final peace deal is a big payoff.
Yeah, I was going to say that. At the moment, we've got like no money.
We've gone $1? That'll do.
It's funny, every time I play the Billionaire, it's kind of ironic that I always end up being incredibly poor through the whole thing. Okay, we got it now.
I think quite successful throwing money at the situation.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about. Throw enough money at the problem and it will just go away.
Oh, let's withdraw our investment before.
Oh yeah, get those dollars. And we
Excellent.
are done. That is a wrap. What do you reckon we got on the rating? 3 stars.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So let's take a look at the new scenarios in Dollars and Disasters, because we've got quite a few.
Okay. So here you can see which pack on the right there, you got the oil derrick or the big volcano blowing up, and so you can see which pack, which DLC gets you which scenarios, basically.
Yeah, and if you've not tried out the scenarios, we've got quite a few all the way down that are included in Rebel Link Escalation. But if you're interested in the new ones, this is what we got. Firstly, also the Plague Inc. inspired one is free for all Rebel Link Escalation players, DLC or not.
Packs 12 will be familiar to anyone who's played Plague.
Yeah. So we've got the Great Droughts. Rivers drying up all over the place, and that's making the insurgents and the soldiers be able to cross without concern.
Yeah, that was a fun scenario to make. 'Cause it's another place in the game where we're able to make a big kind of visual change. So the water will kind of drop away and sort of fill up again, so you can move across those dry riverbeds.
Yeah, very cool effect. Before the Storm, a prequel episode to Devil's Peak, where you can investigate what's going on with that mysterious volcano.
Yeah, another appearance from Vangelis the Goat there in the middle.
Yeah.
So that's a plus from me.
Orbital Uplink, the satellite commander. She's got some fancy satellites, but she's not going to look at intel in any other way or allow anyone to step into an area without a satellite uplink. Both very powerful, and with its drawbacks, if you have to rely on your space satellites for everything. Not to mention some very powerful orbital weapons. Then we've got the airlift, where the mountain pass has been completely cut off, and the only way to get anything in is through airdrops. So you have to rely on picking out particular things to kind of get your operation going.
Yeah, it's a fun one, that one. I like that one. Almost as much as I like this one.
Well, we found some lamps in the desert, and the Genie's going to grant us some wishes. Bit more out there, but we found a lot of fun ideas to put in there, and some crazy kind of wishes that you can get granted, or the insurgents can get granted for themselves as well.
Yeah, I think this is probably the weirdest thing we've ever done in Rebel Link. I think probably the weirdest thing, and I'm generally down for weird stuff.
I mean, we had the tank.
I forgot about Mad Tanks for a second there, and that was pretty weird. That was funny.
Or just the concept of the big shirtless bazooka insurgent on a horse.
So dreamy.
But yeah, this is definitely the most out there one.
Let's do a Genie. Let's do a Genie one. Let's go Indiana Jonesing around the desert to get some lamps.
With the tank commander.
With the tank commander, why not? And you've been playing on like regular mode so far, right?
Yeah. So
let's make that a bit harder. We can do it.
So we'll get the Doctor in. Start with a higher reputation, because I think he's going to need it. Let's get a charity going. Tank commander charity going.
Yeah.
Roads are definitely helpful for the tank commander, so we're going to keep that in. Military recruiter, so we're just going to have aggressive.
More tanks.
Yeah, more tanks for longer, but
tanks.
And the rebels going to be fleeing a lot, so let's make sure that when they do flee, there's something wrong. And we're going to be granted wishes, so.
Okay, patience.
Breakfast sniper.
breakfast sniper. Brilliant.
Yep, let's find those lamps and become all powerful. So yeah, intel once again very important.
Yeah.
And we should find his lamps generally are quite close from the start. In a very familiar southern desert. But where else would you find magical mystical lamps but out in the middle of the nowhere?
Yeah. So again, for people who are new to Rebel Link, the tank commander is not so hot on mountains.
No.
And there's lots of mountains here, so we've set ourselves up for a challenge. But we've just located a lamp.
Yeah, we don't need anything but magic to get us through this. So
again, what could go wrong? Okay, so we sent our archaeologists to explore the lamp, and it takes them a while to dig it out of the sand.
And then and we'll have our fill.
Shall I do the voice? Who's going to do the
Go for
voice? You have summoned me. I will grant you one wish. Thunderous voice, that was.
Very thunderous. Good. We should have had you do the voiceover.
So, what should Breakfast Sniper wish for? With genies, they give you 3 wishes, and you can choose.
All kinds of
You
things.
can choose lots of lovely treats.
Although the trouble with Genie is he is from the past, and he doesn't really understand what a tank is, or a missile, or political influence. So he's just like, I'm just gonna, you want a clever vizier, right? And you're like, I kind of want an economist, but sure, that's close enough.
So which one are we going to go with?
Let's go with some soldiers. No. Well, so you see, like, this is a monkey sport situation as well. That every wish you get also is going to screw you over in some way. I think so. 100 reputation, but we're also going to start losing reputation every 2 months.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit of pill.
It
will be. It will be so. Said the genie.
Yep. I think that puts us in a pretty safe position to do what we like.
Yeah, so we need to be a little bit more on the ball in this game because the game difficulty has gone up a notch.
It has.
And the tank commander can make things a bit more challenging sometimes because when you believe solely in tanks, it just gets quite hard sometimes.
When all you have is a tank, everything looks like a tank target.
Yeah. So we love the tank commander, so that's why we do it.
I mean, smoking indoors as well.
Oh god.
But no tanks just yet. Well,
sad tank commander. There's no tanks.
when did the tanks get here? So we have our modifiers, which is the lamps are available, and that we've got extended deployment from our advisor, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, tank time has arrived.
Tank time.
So, as from our advisor, that we the deployment is extended, but they will go home eventually. We can't stop them withdrawing.
It looks like there's another lamp being discovered up in the top right there as well.
Yep, the archaeologist is on the way, and the tank is also on the way. So yeah, tank's very powerful. Don't make people very happy. Can't go into mountains.
Rumbles. It kind of tends to kind of make a lot of noise and crush a lot of things.
We can give some driving classes to the tank drivers, but even so, they're still tanks.
I just like the idea that they don't have any driving classes at the start. They just rock up. It's like, no idea how to drive this, but let's go.
Very naked gun if you've ever seen them driving a tank.
Yeah, 100%.
Our wish is granted. Well, not. So we can.
Tell me, Master, what do you wish for?
We can wish for control, destruction, or steadfast followers. I think we'll go. Oh, we could lose more reputation.
No. Oh no. But there aren't destruction. There's not that many. Oh, no insurgents or counts for 6 months.
6 months of peace. Let's do that.
It will be so. You'd think that me doing the voice for the genie would get old, but it hasn't.
No. We do have to clear out the zone still, and when you blow up the camps, there's a sneaky insurgent that Genie didn't see as well. So we'll get him.
Secret insurgent. So it's going to be tricky for us to stabilize that zone that's in the mountains there, because we can't get a tank up into it.
Yeah, until we get some soldiers out, which the tank does have a few, but just not many of them. It's very tank focused.
As it should be.
Did get our inflation is yes, as part of the other wish, our inflation is significantly increased. But once we find another lamp, we're going to wish it away. Yeah, we'll go to University of Tanks. Aha.
It's lamp time.
Go get it. We'll buy some dirt roads so you know, to get to those lamps a bit faster, because they're going to appear out in the sticks. Ah, another tank is ready. I guess our 6 months is up.
Yeah, that was it. The blink of an eye, it's gone. Oh well. Tank them.
Alright. Honor.
I'm going to stick in the voice now. Honor, power, or influence. We've got quite a lot of reputation at the moment, right, already.
I think power. Find something cool in there.
Gain 3 new player tactics. So this is a... This it just assigns them at random, right?
Yep, anything can happen from the lottery of...
So it's just like a mixed bag or something. So what did we get?
We got manual control zones. No additional reputation loss when insurgents retake zones, so that'll be good. And coordinated fighting, so soldiers can support while fighting.
Rad.
Which probably going to want at this rate.
Yeah. I think you need some more tanks then.
Said like a true tank commander.
Yeah.
We've got some soldiers kicking about, so we'll get them going to make sure these other soldiers are cleared out. Other insurgents even. So the insurgents have picked up a lamp themselves.
Oh dear.
But they know better than to get a wish granted. They know something we don't. So yeah, like I say, we can't get these tanks in the mountains at the moment.
No, but if we can upgrade them to get them up there, right?
Oh no, so that's only in special situations in certain scenarios or campaign.
Well,
there
goes my plan then.
But you can, once you buy enough dirt roads, some areas can become more accessible, but mountains, not so much. So how are we doing on stabilizing? So we have concerns, so particular areas want particular kind of initiatives. So there's a couple areas that want electricity, so we're going to give that to them. And in Brutal, these are even more important.
Yeah, you really got to have your eye on the prize with that stuff and checking what people need.
Yeah, this is reducing support in this area if we don't roll out in electricity. Let's do this as well, which will help roll out things faster and get some more support level, make sure people know that these things are being done. Yeah, ticking over. There will be a lamp hidden in one of these insurgent zones as well.
Send in the tanks.
We're going to have to prevent this to make sure that... because they're going to go anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks to our finger-gunning military recruiter.
Yeah. They're losing quite a lot of reputation on the right side there at quite a rate.
Yeah.
We may have bitten off more than we can chew on this one.
We hope to the power of magic.
Yeah.
But
I trusted that genie.
Let's see. Bit more support level. If we can get one zone stabilized, then it will be fine. But it is going down quite rapidly.
Yeah, how far are we away from doing that? Like, even our HQ zone is not quite there, right?
We might struggle.
Bad feeling about this one.
We need something quick to roll out. If only we could find a lamp.
Yeah.
Which will be in one of these insurgent zones. But they're not exactly going to tell us. There's a second.
Oh, they got it.
They got us. Then there's a second lamp they found, is what that means.
Oh god.
Yeah. Oh.
A ray of light in the dark. Okay, that's good. We've stabilised it. We pulled out from the dive there.
Unfortunately, due to the other monkey's paw wish, we are still going to lose 1 reputation every month. Every 2 months.
Oh no.
Come on, magic lamp.
Okay.
It's just a tank commander governor that's shaking it into his radio. Find a magic lamp.
Look on the lamps. Okie dokie. Well,
I guess magic cannot save us from. Oh,
we stabilised another one there. I
think that will be it though. Oh, and then as soon as those insurgents take over that area, that's kicked out of office.
Oh dear. So maybe there are some things that we could have done better in that.
But nonetheless.
Yeah, the tank commander is a bit of a poison chalice sometimes, but I think it's a bit silly and fun. So there we are.
It's a challenge. Like, you know, it's once you've kind of gotten through a lot of the game, you want to say, what if I just had tanks instead of solutions?
What if I wanted to make this really hard for myself? Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's us. So this is, I think we've shown all the bits and pieces that come to the game of Dollars and Disasters.
Yeah. Devil's Peak, Billionaire, new advisors, new scenarios.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, so go.
So we've been working on this for quite a while, and it's been really fun to just bring some really interesting things that kind of mix up the game and have a little bit of fun as well.
Yeah.
Particular favorite is the Genie scenario because it's just really silly. Cool. Anything to add, Sam?
No, just go pick up Dollars and Disasters now, or pick up the Mega Edition if you haven't got Rebel Link already, and you can get all the DLC and the game in one nice package.
Cool. Rock and roll. Cheers very much.
Bye.